Hey everybody, this is Trisha with Happy Home Designs coming to you live again tonight. A few minutes late because Bible class time went over a little bit, or not Bible class time, but worship time. So let me get things pulled up and ready to go here. So as you hop on, if you'll let me know that you're watching, let me know who's here. I would greatly appreciate it. And because it is so late, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So tonight I'm doing something really different. I saw on somebody's page of somebody that I follow where this person had posted some pictures of things that she saw in a store. And when I saw one of the photos, I thought, I can make that. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to recreate something that I saw in somebody else's booth or in their store. So I picked this up. I already had this when I saw the recreation photo that I wanted to make. I picked up this set of 4 houses. They're about 3 inches tall. They came from Target Dollar Spot. They were, can you guys see that? $3. It says home. And since I already had these, I knew exactly what I needed to do as soon as I saw this other person's post. So, let me get these open. I'm actually going to use these in their state, the state that they're in right now on the front. I'm going to stain the edges just a little bit. But this is going to be one of those projects that you don't really know where I'm going until I get there. It's going to be so cute. It is going to be a double-sided project. It will be good for year-round, all the time. Hey, Patsy. Hey, Melanie. Hey, Gina. This will be good for all the time. And then the back side will be kind of Valentine-y, springy. So it's going to be reversible. Well, they really packaged this up good. But I thought, how cute were these little houses for $3? Okay, the other thing I'm going to be using, I mentioned in my little intro, is I'm going to be using these dollhouse shingles. These are teeny little cedar shingles. They come from the dollhouse section in the craft department or at Hobby Lobby where you build your own little girl's dollhouse or whatever. They come in a bag. I believe it's 300, I don't have the label, 350 pieces in here. I think they were $12.99. Of course, I used a 40% off to get those. But I actually have a lot of projects coming in the future where I'll be using these. So it's not just for tonight. I'm also going to be using scrapbook paper. I've got 4 different prints in pale pinks that I'm going to be using. They all coordinate together. And I'm also using wood beads, Mod Podge, a regular stencil, not chalk couture, but regular lettered stencil. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Pull my sleeves up just a little bit. They're a little tight, they're fitted, so may not come up too far. All right, so for the front side of these houses, I'm going to leave them just as they are and just distress the edges a little bit. The back side, I'm actually going to decoupage using a different sheet of scrapbook paper on each one. So I'm going to do all of my scrapbook paper first, then I'm going to flip them over and do all of the distressing at the same time, and then I'm going to put shingles on each one at the same time. So I am going to, I need to lay them out the way I need to lay them the right direction. So it's this one and this one. Because I'm going to put a word on the back. I'm going to put love, and it needs to go backwards. So the L goes on the back of the E. The O, the V goes on the second letter. So I need to make sure I had them in the right order because I need to choose which scrapbook paper I want to go where. And I think I know. Okay, so I'm going to use this scrapbook paper on the first one. It's a lattice work. I just flip it over. You guys, I can tell tonight's going to be a night where I cough. So you will have to excuse me. I feel it coming right now. Sometimes I wonder. Excuse me. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ever going to quit coughing. It's been a full 3 months. Or about 12 weeks. Okay. We go back. So this very first one, which is the last, it's the last block on the home. It's the E. But it will be the first block when I turn it over. I'm going to decoupage the back in the pink lattice. So I've just traced around my house there on that end. I think I see Hope. Hey, Hope, how are you tonight? So I'm just going to cut this out and go ahead and decoupage it because I need them to be in order and I don't want to confuse myself. It's just easier if I do it as soon as I get it cut out. Get my Mod Podge, which is glued together. I won't be using that one tonight. I'll use a small one. Good thing I have a backup. I'm never strong enough to open things up. Now if I can just get enough out of this. There's actually quite a bit in there. It just doesn't want to come out. So are you guys off to, well, not off to a good start. This week's halfway over. Everybody having a good week? I'm going to tell you, the weeks fly by. Maybe it's an age thing. The older I get, the faster time goes. But they do. It just seems like it was just yesterday was Monday, but yesterday was actually Tuesday. And time literally flies. Okay, I've got my Mod Podge on this one. And I'm going to take my little paper house that I've cut out and lay it down. Super easy. Look how simple. So on the back side, or the front side is an E. The back side is a lattice work. Two totally different looks. Okay, my next letter, the front side is the M. I need to keep these in order for a reason because my brain will forget where I'm going. I think I'm going to use the floral paper on this one. Got all my stuff in the way. Did I ever tell you guys that I'm a very messy crafter? I think you already know that. I have stuff everywhere. I like for my house to be nice and neat and perfect. Most of the time, it's not right now, it's a mess. But when I work at the craft table, you can just forget it. It's gonna be super messy. Hey Diane, thank you for sprinkling. Yeah, you guys don't forget to let me know when you do sprinkle. I appreciate the sprinkles very, very much. Okay, so I've got my house in the pink floral. Go ahead and get it stuck down. So these houses, I'm not going to leave them like they are. I mean, they are going to be like they are. But after I decorate them, I'm actually going to connect them together. But I'm going to connect them together using beads. Beads, and then I'll have a tassel at each end. Kind of reminds me of a choo-choo train. But I literally saw a picture of an item that was, I mean, almost identical to what we're going to make that was in a store. And I'm like, I know I can make that. I had already coincidentally bought the houses from Target. They were just $3 in case you didn't hear that earlier. $3 for the set of 4. Hey, Shannon. Thank you for sprinkling. Okay, so that's my M. The back side is the floral. Lay it there. There's my O. this back side, I'm gonna do the pale pink polka dots. Easiest thing in the world to change the way something looks is to decoupage. Not kidding. Trace this one out. Get it cut out. I love all this paper. This is coming out of that catalog, the paper catalog. Can't think of what I'm trying to say. With all the coordinating papers. Hey, Melanie. Sprinkle is the S-H-A-R-E button, Melanie. So hit that. It's usually at the bottom right of your screen, depending on what device you're on. And it will it will sprinkle it to your page, to your news feed. And you guys, it really helps. I appreciate the sprinkles, but it really helps if you say something when you sprinkle. Like you click that button and it says, I think it asks you if you want to create a post. And if you'll click on that area, I think that's what it says. And just say, hey, I'm watching this video. Why don't you watch with me? Something like that to let your friends know that it's worth you taking your time to tell them about. The sprinkling is great too. But if you actually say some words when you sprinkle, your own words, it goes a long way with the Facebook people. Okay, so there's my O, pink polka dots. I'm trying to get it where the lights, pink polka dots on that side. And then I've got my E, or my H, and it is going to be on the buffalo check pink. Did that help you, Melanie? Melanie, you have really been pushing your Norwex lately, I've noticed, and you could possibly do some live videos yourself with your Norwex, telling everybody about your great products. Okay, this is my last one to decoupage. And you guys, I don't always go back and put a top coat on my decoupage items, but tonight I'm really thinking I need to, because I'm going to distress them a little bit. Not really distress, but I'm going to use some dark wax to make them look a little distressed around the edges, and I think I might need a coat of decoupage on the top first. So that's something I'll be doing that I can do all the time, every time I decoupage, but I don't necessarily do it depending on where that product is going to be used in the house. If it's going to be around a lot of moisture or what. Okay, got that one stuck down. So let me show you what I've got. When I stand them up this way, I've got my home. Okay, that says home. When I turn them around, this is what the back side looks like in the right order. Okay, so I've got all the coordinating pink papers, but I'm going to put a word on there. It's going to say love on the back side. So I'm going to keep them in order, not to confuse my brain. And I'm going to sand off these edges just to make sure it's nice and smooth. I'm just using an emery board tonight. That's what was right here beside me. They don't hang over a whole lot because I had cut it to size. Hey, Aunt Barbara. You do need to do some live videos, Melanie. I will watch and I will sprinkle. Okay, I'm just sanding off the edges to make sure that there's no extra paper hanging off, which there really wasn't. Not on this one anyway. It's good and dry. This just takes just a minute. It kind of roughs up the edge, but it really makes it the exact shape and size that it needs to be for your block, or whatever it is you're decoupaging. Hey, Hope, thank you for sprinkling. Oh, and Hope blinged it out with some words, with a post. I really appreciate that, Hope, and I love that word that you blinged it out. We'll have to use that phrase from now on. So when you guys sprinkle, bling it out with some words. I like that. Yes, Melanie, thank you for sprinkling. It's really weird because some people, I know when you sprinkle because Facebook tells me, but not everybody. And what it is, it has to do with the privacy settings on your Facebook page. I can't tell you exactly what your setting is that makes it do this, but if your privacy settings are not set where I can see what you do, I may not be able to see that you sprinkled. So anytime, not just me, but anytime that you are watching a video for anybody and you're entering a contest or anything like that, and they tell you to sprinkle, make sure you tell them that you did it, just in case your privacy settings are set where they can't see and you want to actually get credit for sprinkling. So, like if I have a contest tonight and I say, giving something away, or at the end of the week your name's going into a drawing or something like that, I can look and see that maybe I've got 50 sprinkles, but when I look at my list of names, it may show me 27 of them. And the other 23, I would just have no clue who it was. But if you tell me, then we're going on the honor system, and I assume that you really did do it, and we'll just get credit that way. And that's pretty much how everybody that I follow on Facebook, how they work their pages too. It's the honor system. If you say you sprinkled, we're going to assume that you really did. I'm so excited to do this one. I've been wanting to do a Valentine each day. That's what I said last night, because I've got so many ideas. But I wanted to do these houses, and I thought, okay, how can I make this house project that I want to do Valentine's to? Well, this is how. By making it Valentine on one side and regular home decor on the other. Okay, so now I've got these. They're all sanded off. I'm going to put a quick coat of Decapod or Mod Podge on top just to seal them. Because I'm going to be adding that dark wax here in a minute. Some yucky stuff in my Mod Podge. This kind of gives it a shine. I'm not really necessarily going for the shine. This is a matte. No, this is gloss. You can buy Mod Podge in matte finish or gloss. Usually I have matte, but this one's gloss. That one's gloss too. Okay, I'm trying to keep them in order. But the shine doesn't make a difference to me really on this project. But I want to make sure when I add that dark wax, it's the Kills dark wax, that it doesn't seep through the paper and destroy the paper at all. So I'll have to let these dry for a second. I'll probably hit them with the heat gun. Somebody asked me earlier tonight, was I getting tired of going live late in the evening? Because you guys know I normally go to bed at 9:15, sometimes 8:30. But since I've been doing my lives at nighttime, I can't do that, especially when I start this late. It's actually, I don't know if it's bothering me or not. I don't think it is. It may be part of the reason I'm not sleeping good. I just slung glue all over my top. Okay. Lay those there. All right, I am completely done with the Mod Podge. I can put it away. And I'm going to hit this with the heat gun real fast, okay? Just get them good and dry. They didn't bubble up. There's no air bubbles in them. No wrinkles, which is good. Now I'm not going to distress or not going to darken with the dark wax the entire thing, like the sides. I'm going to leave that light color. The reason is I'm going to be using the wood beads in this glass jar, and they are the same color wood, and I want them to tie in. I'm not going to stain them at all. And I'm also going to be using my jute, which is that light, raw looking color. Just make sure these get dry. And turn it on high just for a second. This is going to be so cute, I think. It's in my brain that way, so we'll see if it comes out that way. You know, when you're in the places like Dollar Tree or Dollar General or Target Dollar Spot, any place that you're trying to get an inexpensive item, I think most of the time it's better if we just pick up a few. If you're a crafter anyway, that's what I need to start doing. I only bought one of these. I'm like, what if it's so super cute, I want to make more? Well, I only bought one. Chances are great when I go back, they won't have any more. Okay. I am going to get out my wax. So this has got a shipping label on the top, but it is Kills brand, and it's just called Dark Wax. So when you open it, it kind of reminds me of old time shoe polish, like you'd polish your daddy's toes of his shoes before church on Sunday, or his Marine Corps uniform dress shoes. That's what it reminds me of. Can you tell I was a Marine brat? I know about polishing shoes. So I'm going to put some gloves on. Honestly, this wax is very easy to wash off your hands. But I thought tonight I'll just make it a little bit easier. Hey, Angie. Thank you for sprinkling. I'm going to use just a paper towel because I didn't get a cloth. And I just put my finger in it. Pick up a little bit of the wax, and then I'm just going to lightly, remember I don't want to do the entire, I just want to lightly go around the edges, maybe a little more than lightly. I'm not changing that H. Now no, that looks glumpy and cloppy up. I don't even know what word I'm using now. Some crazy word I just made up. Glopped up mess. But I'm going to put another part of the napkin and go back and wipe it off. And I'll just kind of make it look a little worn. I'm going to leave it sitting just for a minute. Do you guys like my crazy word? So this really is just wax, but it's got a color to it. And I'm going to do both sides. I'm going to do this side and flip it over and do the paper side. And I want the light wood, but I also want a little grunge to it too, because my shingles that are going to go on the roof are going to have some grunge to them. But my beads are the light wood, so I want to have some variation in color. So I'm just going to flip this over. Pick it up and then just go back and just start buffing it off. So it just kind of muddied it up a little bit. It's not quite as shiny and new as it did look. Hey, Anna. You're not too late, Anna, but we are making a reversible home Valentine decor sign that was going to kind of look like a choo-choo train in a minute. They're all going to be hooked together. Anna, I am delivering your shipment to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Creators Club Live Night. But since she's my daughter-in-law, she waited till last to get delivered to. Okay, I'm just dinging it up a little bit. Can you guys see the difference? So, even the middle section, you see the E is just a lighter color. I'm excited too. I'm really excited to do the class tomorrow night. Okay, so that side of each one is kind of dirtied up a little bit. Now let me flip them over. I need to do it in order because it messes with my brain. And flip it over to this side. Hey, Jessica. That's okay, Jessica. Not everybody can create at the same time that I'll be creating. But that's the good thing about doing it on a Facebook Live. You can watch live. You can ask me questions. I'll take my time. I'll be creating mine and showing you tips and things like that. But if you want to watch it on the replay to create your creation, then you can do that and you can pause it. You know, get caught up if you're running a little bit behind. Start it up again. If you run out of time, you have to stop the project. You have to go back to it later. Then the video is going to be there for that. Okay, so I'm on the paper side. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to kind of give it a little dinge around the edges. And then wipe it right off. Just so that paper doesn't look so bright and shiny new. Just, I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. I can. Now I'm doing very, very little on this side. So if you're not familiar with the Creators Club that we're talking about for tomorrow night, it is those people who join the club for January that will be creating an item along with me tomorrow night or watching the replay and creating it themselves. But I provided everything that they need pretty much, except for some hot glue, scissors maybe. And they're going to make a home decor project. Not necessarily a craft, but a home decor project. Something that you could see yourself buying in the store. I promise it's going to be cute. And the Creators Club is open. The link just got dropped there. It's pinned at the bottom. You just click on the link at the bottom pin in the comments. And you could go and join the Creators Club for February. That has to be done by February the 5th to get in on that. Okay, so I've waxed everything up a little bit. Put this away. I'm going to hit this with the heat gun just to make sure that it's good and dry before I start putting my letters on the back side. I mean, the wax, you put it on, you take it right back off, and it just leaves a residue. So it's really not a problem. But I am going to be stenciling on this side, so I want to make sure it's dry. So I'm doing all of this part before I put the shingles on the house. I will need that wax again, actually. And my gloves. So we're going to build all of our houses, get all of that taken care of, and then attach them together. Okay, so like I said earlier, I am actually using, these are called show-offs. They're script stencil letters, but they're real stencils. They're not, this is not chalk couture. I picked these up just to show you that I can do regular stenciling too. It is a little harder than chalk couture though, but I'll make it. So here is my sheet. I can go ahead and get rid of that. I'll never put it back in there. I'm not going to cut these apart, though I could. So the back side of the home is going to spell love. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to stencil it in burnt umber, which is a chocolate brown or a dark chocolate. It is apple barrel paint, and I am going to just use a dauber to put it on. Go ahead and get my wipe ready. I've already got paint on me. So I'm going to squirt a little bit on my paper. I'm going to do it right here so you guys can see. Tiny bit. That's about the size of a dime, okay? And I'm going to use a tiny, fairly small anyway, a little round foam dauber, okay? So on the back of my E, here's my E for home. Once you turn it around, that is your first letter. So there's, home is this way. So once I turn it around, then the E, what's on the back of the E should be the L for the word love. That's now my first letter. And here is my L. Kind of reminds me, I'm going to give away my age. Not like that's hard to do. Laverne and Shirley L. That's what that reminds me of. Move these down. So I'm going to lay it sideways so you guys can see. I'm just going to line it up where I think it's in the middle. It's a guessing game. It may not be perfect, but it'll be close. Okay, when you load up your foam dauber, load it. Can you guys see this area right here? I think you can. And then unload it. That means take it and get most of it off. And then you literally just lightly dab over your stencil opening, dropping it, pick it straight back up, drop it, pick it straight back up, until you know your area is covered. Move my fingers down to hold it, pick up a little bit more paint, get it back off, unload it, load it and unload it. Feel like I'm shooting a firearm. I think that's good. Okay, there is my L so far, but because this is a stencil, you have some disconnect in the letters. They don't actually connect together. So you have to go back and do that. Well, you can leave it like it is, but I'm gonna take a very, very fine paintbrush and do the connecting. See that? I just joined it together. So there's my L. The back of the M is going to be my O. Same thing. I'm just going to line it up where I think the middle of it, the middle of the house is. Hopefully I'm doing good there. Load up my dauber. That one went a lot faster. And then lift it straight up. And the same thing again. I'm going to connect. There's my O. I'm not sure if I'm seeing... Hey, Joan. Laverne and Shirley. Hey, Joan, Laverne and Shirley actually came out. I'm sure I was watching reruns, okay? I like the two-sided... I like the two-sided projects, too. It's like double the money. Okay, again, I'm going to connect where the stencil was not connected. Just with a fine brush. So there is my O. Okay, the back of the O in home is the pink polka dots. And this will be my V. And you guys know, I just guess. I guess what's centered and what's measured or lined up and all that. I hardly ever measure. Sometimes I'm wrong though. The V does not have any disconnect places in the letter, so I don't have to actually use the paintbrush on this one. So there's my V. You guys tell me I'm doing this right. I'm going to be mad at myself if I didn't do them right. I did. I got scared there just for a second. I was just putting them back down wrong. And I thought, am I right doing this backwards? This is my H, yeah. I really stressed out for a minute. Did you see me stressing out?
I did not drop that pen link.
You did not what?
I didn't do the Creators Club link. It was just a link to the website. So
Okay. Last one. Here is the E. And again, I don't have to do any of the connection on this one either. I need a tiny bit more paint. Okay, almost got it. All right. I feel so much better now. I was just putting them in the wrong order. So it says love on this side. Cute. But this side is home. So we are truly double-sided, okay? Now, it doesn't look like a whole lot right now, but we're about to fix that. Okay, let me move my stencil out of the way. I don't feel like getting paint on my shirt. Okay, these are the dollhouse shingles that I'm going to be using. I need about 6 for each one, so I need about 24 of them. They are little cedar shakes. They're textured. I know you guys can't see that, but they're really cute. 5, 6. I'm counting out. Need 24. I was just being careful because some of them are actually broken. When you get them, they're actually see-through. Like this is actually just crumbles up. So that one's no good. But I know I need 24. I know I need 6 on each house. Let me show you how it's going to go. So here, I'm going to start with my E. So my shingles are actually going to It takes 3 on each side. They're going to overlap and actually make, can you guys see that? It's hard to show you holding it in my hand. And that's not glued down, but that's kind of give you an idea. But I'm also going to put a little bit of stain on these, okay? So let me grab my gloves again. I'm just going to use that wax and my paper towel. I think I threw it away, but I've got another one. You have to put your glove on the right hand. We do, yes. Joan and I have ongoing age jokes. So if we sound rude to each other about age, it's just a joke. We're just playing. We truly love each other. And just so you guys know, she's the older one, okay? Hey, Megan. Thank you for sprinkling. Okay, I'm just looking at the conversation between other people. Hey, Betsy, thank you for joining us. Did I dye my hair? Listen, Megan, we're not talking about age and hair color, okay? Did I dye my hair since I saw you? I color my hair all the time. But your baldy uncle is... He was just here talking just a minute ago. He went upstairs. He was telling me something, but I didn't understand what he said because, you know, I can't hear. Okay. So I've got my shingles. I'm going to grab my another paper towel, get my wax back out. And I'm just going to hit these with a tiny bit of wax. Only the one on top is going to actually show all of the way. And I don't want it to be completely like in the cracks and crevices covered. The ones underneath are just going to show on the ends, like where my thumb is doesn't need to be covered. As I put it on, I'll wipe it off. But I do need to have a top one for each side that's kind of covered. And actually, if they all get covered, that's fine too. But 2 out of 6 need to be completely covered. Did you ever know that you could craft with dollhouse shingles? I didn't until I saw somebody else doing it. And I'm like, what a cool idea. Works great. They're the right size for a lot of different projects. They're super thin, so if you need to cut them with a pair of scissors, you can. Megan, it probably had more gray showing through the last time I saw you, that's just been a few weeks ago, actually. And it may have been lighter. Honestly, you guys, I change the color of my hair pretty often. I think it's to the point now that people who see me regularly don't even question it. It's like, oh, she's got a different color hair today. I like to be blonde, but my friend Joan tells me no, I can't be blonde anymore. I don't know why. I'm waiting to see what Joan has to say about that. But blonde is my favorite. I like to be blonde. I don't know how old, let me rephrase my, I don't know how old I will have to be to ever decide to be totally gray. I don't see it in my near future. I don't see it in my future at all, actually. But I know one day I'm not going to be, 40-something anymore. That was a joke, you guys. I'm dying to scroll down and see what Joan's saying right now. Okay, I'm just kind of roughly going over and putting some color on these shingles. You guys can see the difference, the ones undone versus the ones done. None of them are the same. None of them are the same color as far as how much wax they have on them. And I broke that one. I'll have to get another one. Actually, I'm gonna line them back up and see if I need 6 on each one or just 4 on each one before I finish. May do that right now. I think I'm just gonna do 4 on each one. It won't be as bulky. 4, 4, 4. I need 3 more. So you saw that shingle break. That was just with me rubbing on it. Some of them are thinner than others, but they are very frail. So if I needed to cut them with a pair of scissors, they will cut easily. But I don't need to cut any of these tonight. Okay, I think that's all I need. I will save my paper towel this time. Take my gloves off. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna look at my comments. Oh, Jessica, I would love for you and Megan to come down. That would be great. Lappy faces, lappy faces. Anna, you miss it long? I haven't had long hair in a long time. Angie and I right on the same page. So let's do a poll. Everybody watching, who wants to go gray? I don't care what age you are now. Who wants to go gray in your future? And who thinks that they'll just always color their hair to get rid of the gray? I'm a no gray person. Okay, so Joan likes my hair long too. I just got it cut today. Now you guys are telling me to wear it long. How long? Mark likes it anyway. He doesn't care. But I've gotten really spoiled to getting up in the morning and not brushing it at all. When it's short, I can get by without brushing it every day. So you guys have to tell me, how long should my hair be? I thought I was getting too old for the long hair. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my shingles on the house. It doesn't matter what order I do this in. But I'm going to do one that kind of hangs off the end. And then one that will be layered up a little bit. Angie, I'm so glad that somebody agrees with me. Or at least I think you're agreeing with me. I'm going to do the bottom one on both sides. And then the top one on both sides. I know you guys can't really see this while I'm doing this. Give me just a minute and I'll show you. We got off on a hair tangent tonight. Maybe an age tangent, actually. Okay, look. Can you see? There's my shingles. Cute. There. and there. I wish they were a little bit wider. I'm trying to think. I may. Okay, you guys, change of plans. I think they should have been a little bit wider. I'm going to pop them off real fast before that glue dries. No, I'm not. They may be stuck too good. This is why I use Gorilla Glue, hot glue. Okay, well, I thought I was going to pop them off and layer them a little bit better, but I think I'm going to have to go with what I had. Because now I can't get that off and I've already broke it. It's just splintering. One more little piece. Let me try something real fast. See if I can salvage it. I kind of thought after I got it on there, I should have left some overhang, which would mean I had to double it. You gonna try to get it off? See if you can get those two off without messing up that paint. I don't want the paint's dry. Mark to the rescue. Okay, I'm gonna do this one differently and then we'll go back. I'm gonna have to decorate some more or do some more of the wax. But I think what I need to do is do them too wide and then too tall. So they'll overhang on both sides of the house. Please tell me that makes sense, okay? I just want a little overhang because you know your shingles stick out a little bit in the front of the house. Two. It may take a little bit longer. Just a little overhang. I have to get caught back up on the hair conversation. I know, Diane. We did earn our gray. I understand that. I just don't think I'm ready for it. I don't know if I'll ever be ready for it. Just not sure. I'll tell you guys a story. I shouldn't even be telling this, but I'll tell this story. Back in the fall, I was at the doctor's office. And I had Owen, which at that time was probably just a year old. But anyway, he's 15 months old now. So it was in October, and he would have turned a year old in October. So I had him with me at the doctor's office, and the girl who takes me back to do my COVID test, you know, they got to take your temperature and ask you all the COVID questions and all that. She says, "Is that your grandson?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Oh, I figured it had to be." You guys, I wanted to take her aside and say, "Girl, just because you think it does not mean you're supposed to say it. Didn't your mama ever teach you anything?" But I didn't. I just grinned at her and it went on. But every time I go in there, I've been in there twice more since then. I really don't want her to take my temperature. She offended me. Definitely offended me. Okay, this is going to be better. So it's actually going to take 8 per house and not 6. But it's going to be so much better. I mean, if I'm gonna put shingles on a house, I want it to look like a real house. Right? But they're not wanting to glue down. Okay, I'll show you guys what this one looks like. Well, you can see that the E side. Here, I'm gonna hold it in place and scroll through my comments. But Joan, I have to say, your gray hair is, you've got a pretty color. For sure. I cannot imagine that mine would be as pretty as Joan's. Megan, I don't know if you'll ever have gray hair or not. So dark. Thank you, Angie. Angie is scoring points. Y'all are cracking me up. Gina, let me tell you, let me read your comment first. I'm going great. It's almost been a year since I had gone. Okay, this is what I was going to say, Gina, kind of what you just now said. I'm cracking up over the blonde, Joan. Y'all, this hair conversation. Let me go back to Gina Dudley. Let me tell you. Gina, you posted on Facebook a while back. There we go. Now, let's look. We have a house. You posted on Facebook what you just said, that it had been a long time since COVID and all that, that you hadn't had your hair colored. And you were showing a picture of your hair, and I thought, girl, if my hair looked as pretty as yours, why would you ever need to get it colored? You don't have any gray. You are a baby. I'm jealous. I'm a little jealous. Gina's got gorgeous hair. I'll have to catch up on these comments, you guys. I want to be crafted, but I want to be in the comments too. Let's just talk. Maybe I need to talk, not craft. Yeah, this, Megan said, hey, Baldy man. Diane, I didn't even think about melting the glue. There's Baldy. Aw, Diane, that was sweet. That was sweet. I'm going to tell you guys, Mark is the bomb. He does everything I need done. Got on the wrong side. Okay, these shingles may be the death of me, but I want them to be cute. If I'm going to do it, I want it done right. Okay, I am going to have to slop on some more of the wax because I didn't do enough to do them this way. But I'm not even going to take the time for the gloves this time. I'll just get it all over my hands and have to scrub them good. It comes off. So you ladies talk amongst yourselves. I'll have to catch up on the comment. Yeah, Jessica, don't assume too much. And you know, the thing is, I know I look like his grandmother. That's fine. It's not, I love my grandkids. And it's not that I mind looking like a grandmother. I just don't want to be gray-headed. But I could have easily adopted him. I could have still been his mama. She shouldn't have said that because she didn't know the situation. But I had already told her, yeah, I'm his grandmother. And she said, yeah, I figured. You have to be. I figured. That's the way I felt. But luckily, she has not checked my temperature the last 2 times I've been in there, so. I don't want her to. And the thing is, this was my baby, one of my infants. This wasn't my 8-year-old, almost 8-year-old grandson. Well, I guess it'd be better if I'd had the 8-year-old, right? I might look more like his mother for the 8-year-old. I wasn't thinking that. I was saying that backwards. So I need 4 more for this house. I think about as backwards as I craft sometimes, I guess. Okay, I need some more. We could, back to the hair, we could all do like Mark and just go bald and then we'd all be covered, wouldn't we? I cannot imagine Mark with hair. I've never known him with hair. When I see pictures of him when he was younger and he had hair, it's weird to me. Megan remembers him with hair, but I don't. Okay. I should have put these in piles so I knew if I had enough or not. So I need these 4. Okay, I need 8 more. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm making a mess everywhere. I really want to read all your comments. One lady asked if I was her husband coming in. Oh my. Hey, Angie. A few years ago, I was out with some ladies that deserve the senior citizens discount. And they all used their discount at the register at a fast food restaurant. I was with them. And when I got up to the register, they automatically gave me the discount too. I told them, no, thank you. I did not need a senior discount. I am not a senior. I don't want it. No. I can't remember if they actually took it off or not. But just because I was with the senior ladies didn't mean that I needed a senior discount too. And like I said, I don't mind being a grandmother. I've got 5 beautiful grandkids, ranging from 5 months old to 7 years old, going on 8. I don't mind that at all. I just, no matter how old they get, I still want to be their young grandmother. I want them to think I'm their young grandmother. Okay. Now, maybe I've got enough, you guys. I'm going to try to hurry along, I promise. Let me clean up some of my hands. Megan, you've got beautiful hair. I'm cracking up at you guys. No senior discount. Nobody needs a senior discount. Well, some people need a senior discount. I didn't need a senior discount. Don't want it, keep it. Didn't ask for it. I hope this looks as cute as it hope it looks as cute as it does in my mind. You guys. And I thought this was going to be a super quick project, and it would be if I hadn't changed my mind on how to do things at the last minute. Got glue everywhere. I just thought those shingles should hang off of the roof. Okay. All right, we're 2 houses down, 2 more to go. Then I'm gonna connect them with some beads and call it a night. Unfortunately, it takes a minute to hold these in place. But it's gonna be worth it when it's over. Okay. Does that one look raised up? If they're raised up, I'm going to let them dry the way they are, and I'll go back and add some more glue. I don't want to pop them up and make a mess. Does that make any sense, you guys? I'll fix it in a minute. Okay. I'm a ways from being done.
Okay.
Are you supposed to be playing a soccer game tonight?
So I'm gonna go out and play.
Go play
Are
a
you
soccer
okay
game.
turning your video?
No, I can do it myself.
Okay.
I'm giving Mark permission to go play his soccer game. He has been patiently waiting around to see if I was going to need him to turn my computer off for me. Y'all, you just go ahead and say it now that I'm spoiled. That's fine. I'm spoiled. I know it. Anybody that has somebody like Mark in their life would understand how good it is to be spoiled. Now I've decided to build my shingles down here and then put them on. I'm building doll houses. I'm dropping them. I think I put that one on the wrong side. Oh, I'm putting it on upside down. That's the problem. I knew it didn't look right. I put it on upside down. You guys. I really wish I had volume where I could just sit and listen to everybody talk while I was working, and that way I wouldn't worry about the silence. The sound of silence. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that when it's raised up. Okay, tell me who has ever started a project live in front of people and thought, man, I wish I could just scrap it right now and start all over. Because that's kind of how I'm feeling, you guys. Y'all, there's so many comments I can't even get caught up. I'm not even sure what everybody's talking about now. I am not happy with how my project is turning out. I'm really sad. Hey, Mom. I see you're here. Now, Mark's chiming in on the conversation too. Jessica, he wants your husband to know that bald is beautiful. Okay. One more, you guys. One more, I promise, after this. But I still have to fix this one. I can see it all raised up. I thought this was going to be super cute, and maybe I can still salvage it. And maybe not. Oh, I know what the problem is it's not even. This one actually looks good. These other ones, I'm just a little angry at. I should have stuck with my original plan. I should not have doubled them. But I don't know if I can change it now, you guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. I've watched enough HGTV and seen cedar shakes put on that I thought I was smart enough to do it myself. I think I need to take lessons again. This part's not the problem, it's the peaks. Let that dry. You think they're looking cute, Melanie? Okay, well, as long as I keep them back, then they'll look good. As long as you guys, as I don't show them up close. I'm really sad. I'm really upset with myself right now. But I just have to keep going forward, I guess. I'm almost there. I really want to attach these houses together. That was my whole mission tonight. because that was what was so cute. The houses that I saw in the ad or in the store, the picture of the store I was telling you guys about, they didn't have shingles. I thought I was going to one up it. I was going to two up it actually. I was making these double-sided and then also having the shingles. So I thought I was going to do better than the picture that I saw in the store, but I'm not satisfied. But it is what it is. Okay, let me hold this one down, and then I'm going to get my beads out and start connecting these things. So I want it to be double-sided and be connected with beads and have tassels. Okay, some things I've learned tonight. Grow my hair out long. That's the consensus for me to not have short hair anymore. Right? And not to have it blonde, even though I really like it blonde. Okay, here are my boxes, or my houses. I've got shakes. Is it this? That one that's really. I'll have to work on that one in a minute. I can see it raised up, but I need to let that top dry first. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you guys, I'm actually going to take the end house on each one, each end. It's going to have beads coming out of it along with a tassel. I've already created one tassel, just for the sake of time. And then it's going to have beads, and it's going to be attached here. There's the tassel. I'm going to staple it in here with beads in between that and the tassel. It'll be beads connected, beads, beads, and then beads in the tassel. Okay? Does that make any sense? I am just doing a few beads at a time. I just dropped my roll of jute. I'm going to have to get up and get it. Okay, I've got two different size beads here. These are fairly large. I'm not staining them. Remember that disaster last night or night before? And then these are a little bit smaller. So I'm going to do a large, a small, and a large. Like that. I'm actually going to repeat it. For the end ones, I want the ends to be a little bit longer. But in the middle sections, it'll be large, small, large. So I already created a tassel. I've got some beads. And I'm literally going to staple this. Get my staple gun. Kind of have to drag it across my screen, you guys. I'm running out of plugins in here. I'm going to turn my letter on its side. I need to hang it over the edge of my table, okay, because it's got the shingles and I don't want to knock them off. And I'm actually going to staple underneath. Let me tie a little knot first. Got to find where my string went. I've got the other jute out, but it's too big. Okay, hold on just 1 second. Put the staple in, and then I'm going to tie a knot around that staple too so it won't slip. And then I can cut it off. Okay, so my end house has got jute or beads and then a tassel. I will have to get up in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to put glue on one end to feed this beads through. But I'm going to go ahead and staple this end and then put my beads on. Whoops, picked up the wrong tool. I missed it, but that's okay, I can feed it through. Tie a little knot. I will go back with a hammer and hammer the staples in all the way to make sure they're good and tight. Tie a knot so it can't slip. Cut off the extra. Beads, small, large, small. No, large, small, large. Sorry. I'm missing comments. Okay, tie a little knot. This should be the O. Now this is where it's going to get tricky because I've got to be close in proximity one to the other. Tie it tight around that staple. Look, they are connected. Okay, I've got to get up and find my jute, you guys. I dropped it. Hold on just 1 second. See if I can find it. I slid my whole table. I just dropped it. It went rolling somewhere. I'll be right back. Hold on just 1 second. I'm like, how far could it go? It was right here. No clue. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the thicker stuff. That's crazy. It went rolling probably all the way across the room under another table. Sorry. The only difference it's gonna make is how thick the tassel is on the other end. Not really a big deal. Yeah, I need to lay this one down. Get it stapled on. Tie it. The good thing about the thicker jute, do you see it? I mean, I just knocked it off the table. Look, I'm telling you guys, Mark, to the rescue. He's up there playing his soccer game on the computer, but watching what I'm doing too, so he can save my day, which is what he does every time. Do you see it?
Yeah, I got it.
Is it under the table?
Yeah,
You can reach it?
I can.
Good, because I don't want to use this piece of jute. It's too thick. Good, I can rip that one out. Thank you.
Alright.
Let's see if I can feed it underneath that staple. So tell me, ladies, how many of you guys have a mark? Thank you, Gina. Okay, I'm gonna feed it under the staple. It's already there. I think I am anyway. Much better to work with than the thick stuff. Trim off the end. Large, smaller, okay, there's those 3 beads. Let me tie off this end. I have decided I'm going to run back to the Dollar Tree or Dollar Spot at Target. Angie, I'm tickled. It's you. No prospects in this town. Well, I'm not going to disagree with you, Angie. I did have to go out of state to find them. I am going to try to go back to the Dollar Spot at Target and see if I can find another set of these houses. Maybe look online at Target Dollar Spot, because I know I can make it turn out cuter than this. And now that I know what I'm doing, I can do it again and do it better. So I told you guys, usually when I come live and I do something, most of the time I have no clue how it's going to turn out. I've not tried it before the majority of the time. There's my tassel. Okay, I got one more section to do. And then I will put my end on. I'm going to try to glue that down a little bit better too. Okay. We're getting there, ladies. We are getting there. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Even though it's like an hour past my bedtime. Probably an hour past your bedtimes too. No, I don't know. I don't know. Most people don't go to bed as early as I do. Hey, good idea, Hope. Good idea. I don't think I have any moss right now, but I can get some moss, because that would make it look, especially with the cedar shake roof or shingles or whatever you call them, look pretty realistic. Those 3. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will work on the shingles some more tomorrow, maybe Friday, before I put a picture online and show you guys what I came up with, okay? Remember, I'm crafting. It's just a process. It's a learning process. Just like that, I just missed my I missed it altogether. But it's a learning process. It's not like you can't fix things. It's not like you don't learn from one step to the next or from one time to the next what works. And I appreciate ideas. Dathan is a good one too, Leah. He is. I mean, I'm not married to him or anything, but I'm sure he is. I just pulled it completely out. I pulled too tight. Mark is good in that anything that I need done, there's never a question. He never gets upset. It wouldn't matter if I called him down here 50 times tonight. He would come every single time. He would never complain. Now, I would complain. I'm a complainer, but he is not. For sure. And I am very blessed. He does anything for anybody that gets asked. Takes care of my kids and my grandkids like they were his own. Now look, I'm being all mushy and all sentimental. Okay, you guys, I really am getting to the end. But like I said, I am going to work on this a little bit more. To tomorrow or the next day. Depends on which day I can get out and shop. Since I do have that 12-month-old, 15-month-old, he must be my grandson child to babysit tomorrow. Get this tied through. And the last one will be easier because I'm not trying to connect two. Okay, think I got it. Cute so far? And I'll flip it around and show you the home side in a minute after I get it all done. Okay, I'm going to make me a tassel. I'm just going to wrap it around my hand about a dozen times. 10, 11, 12. Lift this off about right there. Try to do it quickly, you guys. We'll use this piece. Well, I won't. Okay, wrap a piece through the middle of my loop. Tie it one time. I do not want it super thick. I'm going to run a bead of glue up so these two pieces of string will touch each other and stick together. My top or my bottom bead is going to go across that. Clip off the extra. I'll get my beads on and then I'll go back to it and the other end in a minute and finish up that tassel. Okay, we've got large. We get it down there, make sure it goes over both of those pieces of jute. Trim it off just a little bit more. There we go. Large, small. I want this end to look just like the other end. For some reason, I put 2 larges side by side on that end. So I guess I will again. I want them to match, even if it was wrong. Okay, tie my knot. I've got so much glue gunked up on my fingertips. Okay, let me go back down here to my tassel now and work on it. So I'm just going to grab all of those loops and cut them in half. Fold it and hold it good and tight. Then take another piece of jute. I'm going to start it with glue just because that's what I like to do. There are lots of videos if you guys want to learn how to make tassels differently and not use glue. That is totally fine, totally up to you. I'm just doing what works best for me. But I start it with a little bit of glue, wrap it around several times. It just helps me hold it tighter. And I'm not a great knot maker. You guys have probably just seen that tonight. I guess I need to go back to Girl Scouts or something and learn how to make some knots. Okay, and I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of glue. Put it right across there. I'll rub off my extra. Then cut my end off. Snip it really close. And then I'm going to go down here and trim these up because they're all different lengths. Give it a good haircut. I think that looks good. So that's this end. It matches this other end. Turn my house over. Get this one stapled in. This one should be the last staple. We'll have to do it backwards. Lock that. I'll turn it off so I won't come in here and pick it up and shoot a staple through my hand or something. Okay. Let me knot that one more time. Then cut off my extra. All right, you guys, here's what we have. We have our love on this side, and we can flip it around. And on this side, we have home. This, you can kind of weave it, move them different directions, put them on a tiered tray, have it starting, got my, on the top of the tray, a little, maybe on a book, and then this O a little bit lower, set this one up on something else, just kind of weave them in and out, put a little piece of greenery in front. I may show you that when I actually get them done. But I am going to go back and work on these, and I think I'm going to do what Hope said. I think I am going to do some moss. I need to go buy some, and I can kind of tuck it under a special. I think this one's the one that's sticking out the worst. Maybe that one too. But tuck in some greenery and some moss and make it look a little bit like it's supposed to be that way, maybe. Gina, which Target is my favorite? I have not been to the one in Spring Hill, but the one in Mount Juliet, for Dollar Spot, the one in Mount Juliet is the bomb. Also, the one in Smyrna is really good. The one in Murfreesboro is, I think it's terrible. They have one little 8-foot section of Dollar Spot stuff. I think it's terrible. Seniors stay up and watch Andy Griffith. Thank you, Angie. I'm glad you like it, Gina. Thanks, Mom. He is good. Okay, well, I think I'm done for tonight. I think I've kept you ladies on here long enough. I really enjoy you hanging out with me and appreciate it. I appreciate all the sprinkles, all the comments. You guys are the bomb. And thank you for not judging me whenever I make a mistake and can't get the project done the way I want it to get done. I thought I was flipping it around and doing something better, but maybe I didn't, but I will fix it. I will come back and show you what it looks like once I've added some moss in there, and then I'll take a picture and let you guys know what it looks like. For you guys that are in the Creators Club, that is tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Time. I will send out a reminder tomorrow that that's what time I will be starting on our project. I look forward to that. Anybody else who's interested, look up happyhomedesigns.tn.com. Click on the join. And thanks, Mom. And yeah, I'll have to show you, Shannon. I'll take pictures. But click on join. Let me know that you want to send a form through. And we'll be glad to have you join the club. Anyway, you guys have a great night. And I will talk to you again probably tomorrow. Bye. I'm going to have to get up and go turn off my computer. See you later.